So guys, we are going to start the session for today. Again, very, very happy afternoon and thank you for joining us this Sunday afternoon. As always, Yerkai Tune, we start off all our sessions with nature's blessings. Today, we have the technical session 3 on pitch deck preparation. Very happy to have you all here. And myself, Desika Prabhakar, founder and director of the Purpose Foundation. And as always, we have our lovely Lakshmi, COO of the Purpose Foundation. Let us introduce two amazing speakers we have today to host this session and welcome them with a big, big warm thumbs up and cheers. So let us hear the lovely introduction from Lakshmi.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. We are thrilled to have you all join us for this virtual technical session on pitch deck preparation. This is an essential topic for anyone looking to secure investment or communicate their business vision effectively. And so here we have brought in two exceptional speakers to guide us through it. So first, let me introduce Mr. Kamal Chandiramani, who is with an over 20 years of experience in management, consulting, pre-sales, IT, manufacturing, and many more, who has been the driving force behind Support Corporate since 2010, helping over 100 clients navigate the complexities of business growth. His extensive industry experience spans top-tier organizations like IBM, LG Soft, Bell, and many more. And he's not only just a business strategist, but also a visionary who has dedicated the last 14 years to crafting pitch decks that has truly resonates with investors. His deep understanding of market dynamics and financial projections make him a true expert in transforming ideas into successful ventures. Next, we have Madam Pratima, the co-founder of Support Corporate, who brings a wealth of leadership, experiencing over 20 years with a significant tenure at IBM. Ma'am has been mastered at the art of market research and go-to-market strategies. Her journey is one of the precision and strategic excellence honed through extensive experience in the IT service industry, manufacturing, and production planning. Together, we have a powerhouse duo with a shared commitment to guiding startups and established companies through the process of creating investor-ready pitch decks and business plans. Whether you are looking to refine your pitch or seeking insights into market strategies, you're in for an enlightening session. So get ready to have a deep dive into the world of pitch deck preparations with the two great experts who is going to share their knowledge and passion to help us succeed today. Welcoming you all.
Thank you so much, Lakshmi. That was an awesome introduction. So guys, give a big round of thumbs up and applause for two of our lovely speakers. So this time we are having two people and more power to us, I think, double power of the duo. So thank you so much for joining us this Sunday afternoon. We are looking so much forward to a very, very exciting interactive session. And just now we were telling our students that we can even showcase their current pitch decks to you and you can work your magic for the decades of experience that you have in the field, helping, supporting corporates, supporting startups in all their journey. So thank you so much for joining us today. We are going to give it over to you with no further delay. The floor is all yours.
Thank you. Thanks. So as she introduced Kamal and Pratima, and we are from Support Corporate Consulting. This company is based out of Bangalore. And we help startups and existing businesses. That is the URL. And this is our team. So this is some of the organizations we supported. So various domains we have supported, like e-com, IT, and training and audit, education, loan, various kinds of industries we have supported. I'm just running you through fast because now we will start slowly. Later on, it was just introduction. So let us make it in interactive session. So what is the importance of pitch deck for startups? So if people can highlight the importance of pitch deck in startups, so then we can know and we can interact on that.
Guys, you can put your thoughts in the chat and then sir and ma'am will give you some inputs. What do you think is important for the pitch deck of startups? Like what kind of things? You can put it in the chat, guys. So is it like a problem, solution, business model? We have one answer. They say business model is important. Expression of idea.
That's fine. Business model, clear experience, yeah, expression of the ideas, understand, define the case fully. Yes, I think more or less, yes, these are the main things basically. It's more about, you have kind of struggled or you have thought about the idea. Now you have to put it in a form which is kind of acceptable to the person who you are. So it could be an investor, it could be anybody, right? It could be anybody you are trying to get attention of, or any stakeholders, right? So it could be anybody. So it has to be, obviously, I think Kamal will take on, what should be there in the presentation. But otherwise, I think this is the main theme basically, right? The finances, the business model, where is the future? How did you come into, how did you think about this idea? What is the kind of market insights you have about this idea? Those kind of things. So yeah.
What is the market research? What market research says about this idea? All those kind of things.
Yeah. So I can go on.
So pitch deck has to be with the least words, least language, and yeah, these characteristics we'll highlight here. Okay. So what are the key elements of successful pitch deck? So there has to be problem and solution. Some people write problem and solution in their own story. When they build a storyline, in that they start with problems, that we saw this problem and this kind of solution we are providing. So this is what it is. And then next goes to market research, because investors or any other entity, we need to show them that what is the market for this, whether there is a demand for this or not, and how much big is the volume we can envisage, how much we can sell, what is the TAM, SAM, and SOM. That also we will understand what is that, and business model, how we are generating the revenues. What is our business model? Is it rental or is it selling, or what kind of revenue generation we would have out of this? Who are our client base? All those kind of things.
So I think before we move further, why don't you put up a problem and a solution? Because I know you all have been already working on the idea and you already are in a stage where your idea has been finalized. So give us a problem with the solution. What was your problem and what is the solution you have come into?
Yeah, so the problem which we saw in the market is currently there are availability of unhealthy snacks. Mm-hmm. And there is rise of so much non-communicable diseases in India, especially the diabetes. India is a diabetic capital in the world. So there is so much need of a healthy snacks for a diseased people, so that they can eat snacks without a guilt.
Okay, so that's the problem, right? I mean, that's the solution you have, right?
Yes.
So was there, why did you think of this idea?
Because currently I'm studying nutrition.
Okay.
So yeah, so there is we are preparing the diet plans and everything, but the main problem lies in when people want to eat the snacks, or when they want to go out or eat in the restaurant, they all the available things are just unhealthy. They don't get healthy options which are cheaper. There are some, but they are very expensive. So I think that is a huge problem, and I want to solve this, I and my teammate.
Sure. Okay. So I think what is also important here is one additional component will come into picture. That's the founder story, right? So considering that you are launching this product, right, or this snack service, why should I take from you, right? So basically then you can highlight the kind of experience you have. You have done nutrition or whatever. You understand the food composition, the food benefits and all that. So that is why, while you're introducing your product, you should talk about your background, your team's background, whatever. And why did you think of this, right? So even you wanted to eat outside and you were not able to get healthy options. And when you take up a healthy options, you just by your saying healthy option, I may not buy it, right? Because your background is there, you understand nutrition, and the components you are adding into that are also very, very important. Now these days in the market, everybody says everything is healthy, right? But how do you ensure that actual healthy product has the in ingredients, what makes it healthy, right? So I think those are some of the things you should highlight while you're highlighting about your story and your why did this come into picture and all that, right?
And that should be backed up by the market research as well, market study as well.
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay, so I think let's move on back to the presentation. So that was the problem solution. And then about the market, right? So market, are these kind of products already available? So maybe you can highlight, if you already know, you can just speak up that did you find out or explore what are similar products available? Why are people going to buy your product and not buy the product which is already there in the market, right? So can you speak up about that a little bit?
So you're asking more like a USP, like
Our products is about wheat clearing, right? It's not available in India. We are making it available in India. Very good. I think this is really good. Good point. Yeah. Nice. Okay. So I think let's move on then back to the presentation, Kamal.
Okay, business model, revenue model also is covered in business model, that how would you generate the money? There are various flavors of money. One is through rental, one is through like selling, of course. Selling also will have various kinds of payment terms. Rental also would have various kinds of payment. So various kinds of payments coming your way, that is coming in revenue model. How many kinds of revenues would come to you?
So business model is more like how will your whole business flow?
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So client, like who is going to be your client? How what are your cost factors? What activities you are doing in your business? So everything around the business. Whatever I highlighted first, that was one component of it, and Pratima added another components. So like other components also, everything comes under business model. Around your business, whatever you are doing, those are segmented into various questions and answers, and those answers make business model. Next comes financials. Financials, of course, next future 5 years financials we need. So our accountant would talk about past. He would capture what happened already, capturing that. That is the scope of finance, and CAs also do mainly that. But our scope is for future 5 years, how it is going to, how the expenses would be there, how revenue growth would be there, all those kind of things would be there.
So in simple terms, in terms of financials, it is how are you going to earn, right? So what would be your income, what would be your expense? Simple formula: income and expenses. So if you're selling your product, what would be the price of the product? Let's say it is $100 your product is, right? That much, let's say you have spent on kind of doing the R&D, getting the people on board, all that, right? So that's the price of the product. Now, how much are you going to sell it, right? So let's say you're going to sell it for $150, right? So then the detailed financials need to be put in, because if an investor or any stakeholder is seeing that, he or she needs to know that how have you planned the whole financial thing, because at the end of it, he's interested in investing in your pitch deck, in your idea, or in your product, or in your service. So he needs to also get some share, right? We'll talk about how that share needs to be decided. But ultimately, in simple terms, is my business idea viable? Is my business idea proven? Will I make money out of business, or I'll keep on spending? And after how much time, let's say after a year, will I start making profit, or it will take me almost 3 years to make profit, right? So if an investor is investing, then he or she will see, this guy will only make profit after 3 years. I'm not interested to put in so much money, right? On the other side, after 1 year only, this person is starting to get almost 20% profit, right? So, okay, I can put in some money here, and, I can take some share, and the later on other part can follow in. Anything you want to add here?
Yeah. So financial statements will come out of this: profit loss statement, cash flow statement, and balance sheet. All those things will come out of this. And basically it is revenues. Revenue means invoice value. Revenues minus expenses. Expenses are of three types. One is salary expenses, other is operational expenses, and third is equipment and equipment expenses, like capital items. Not only equipment, maybe land, maybe building, those kind of things which are non-perishable things.
Okay, so what we will request people to maybe either put up their understanding, what do they understand by business model in a short 2-3 words,
and financials,
and financials model, what do they understand, and based on the what you guys put into the chat window, we will explain. If
present modes of revenue and forecasted routes of cash flow. Okay, I think Mihir is explaining about what the business model means. Yeah, Arun is telling how we can generate the revenue from where and from whom is what it means. About the types, I think they would love to hear.
Yes.
And some have mentioned that they are working on subscription models for the revenues as well.
Very good. So I think based on all these answers, I think there is fair amount of understanding people have on the business model and the financial model. So it will be easier for us to kind of explain further.
So best practices for making content of the pitch deck. One is that problem and solution, problem statement with the pain points. See, problem with the pain points, if we write, that will be more accurate because people relate to their pain points better than anything else. So people relate with their pain points better than anything else. So we have to write the pain points of the people in terms of problem, and then what solution you are providing, and how cost effective solution is. So all those kind of things we can write in a story. Storytelling is more effective than simply writing a dry thing and then reading and all. So story writing is a skill, of course, is an art. And customer success stories, how we have given success to customers, what are the case studies, how the savings would be done, how the savings were done, and this kind of storytelling, if we tell, then people would be attracted to that. They will.
Yeah, so what is in for the customer? Very, very important, right? I mean, whatever I'm offering, what is in for the customer? That's what you have to highlight, right? You don't have to go with the intention that, okay, I'm here to kind of sell my product. You may be selling a product, but what benefits are they going to get out of it, right? And what are the problems currently of similar nature in the market, right? Why are people still looking for solutions which are more kind of cost effective and more efficient, right? So when you are highlighting your story and your product service, right, you need to really talk in a form of a story so that it's much more compelling, much more kind of people are interested to know about it, right? That way.
So for doing that, we have to know your audience. We have to know our audiences.
Yeah.
So tailoring our narrative to audiences, like what are their interests, what are their needs, pain points, understanding their motivations, fears. So all those kind of things are mentioned to know your audience and then trying to speak up.
So for example, I mean, it's really important, right? If I'm selling a game, right, software game I'm selling, then who my audience will be, right? It will be maybe a people in the age group of maybe, let's say, 18 years to maybe 30 years or maximum, whatever, right? But if I am kind of selling something else, the audience may be a little different, right? So if I'm selling books on spirituality, right, for example, maybe the audience will be 40 plus or 45 plus or whatever. Maybe younger crowd also reads spirituality, spiritual books these days. But it's very, very important to really find out who your audience is. You can't just speak anything to anybody. So if you are going to, let's say, village, right, then you need to speak their language, right? So understand who your audience is very, very clearly. Don't just present your case to anybody or everybody, right? And what your product or service, who your product and service is all about, right? And where are they? So that part also you will need to find out, right? Are they always on Facebook? Are they online on Google? Are they on sitting in colleges, right? So find out the various ways where your audience is.
Okay, next thing is like, when technology people, they very much fall in love with their products, and they start describing their features. Okay, this is the feature, that is the feature. Investors are not interested in features. Features, of course, are there, but what benefits it will provide to the community? What benefits it is going to provide to the customers? So that is more important than features. Features can be mapped to benefit, that is separate, secondary. But primarily, we have to mention the benefits in place of features. And of course, appropriate visuals are to be provided. So in a nutshell, it is like this: least possible language, more pictures. Least possible language means no long statement, not even one or two statements. Sometimes, if possible, just 2 words, 3 words, 2 words, 3 words to explain that. If it is a face-to-face interaction, then 2 words, 3 words should be enough. That's it at one place.
Yeah, the more I think your presentation is visual, the more investor or stakeholders will be interested, because they don't want to spend time reading your presentation. And for you also, you should be very crisp and clear what you're talking. Say everything in 4-5 statements, right? This is my product, this is my audience, this is what I'm going to cater to, and this is where I will reach in next 5 years. So just be specific, make bullet points, and just speak like that. Don't continue to speak in lengthy, long language.
So they should not be struggling with the reading, basically.
Yeah.
Mind and eyes should not struggle that much.
And use nice colors, use nice pictures,
Pleasant.
use nice, yeah.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Okay, next is objections and risks. Suppose somebody asks you objection in between. You can tell them to hold till end of the presentation, or maybe in a nutshell, if you can tell. Otherwise, you can tell them to hold on for till the last end of the presentation.
Right.
And you should highlight the risks. What are the risks in the business? Because people are human, right? Even entrepreneurs are human. So risks are going to be there. And risk, we have to shoulder the risk, sometimes diverting the risk to something else, or sometimes facing the risk as it is. So we should highlight the risk and how we are going to resolve the risks. That should be mentioned there. Okay, next is reinforce key messages. So one time when person hears or listens something, he or reads something, he is not bound to get that idea in one go. Second time, third time, fourth time, it should be re-hit on the anvil. So of course, language has to be different. So same point you should highlight after two slides again, but this time with a different language. Again, after 2-3 slides, again hit with the same same point, but with a different language. So it should not become boredom, like again and again he is hitting, but he is hitting with a different kind of language. There's some workaround language that way. Next is engage with your audience, ask questions, encourage to share their thoughts, etc.
So I think after every slide or every 1 or 2 slide, or even if you're presenting video is another option you can think of. If you're even not doing presentation, you could do a video. Whatever you are doing, just pause in between, ask questions, and kind of get the energy, right? That is your presentation being well taken, or they're not interested only. If they're not interested, then just stop it and ask that, I hope I'm making sense or whatever, right? So just engage a lot, because that is how they will buy your idea. If the moment they are kind of disengaged, then they will not hear your problem, because I think maybe when you started, you did not start with the way you should have started. That's why they got disengaged. So keep that flow going on and understand your audience or stakeholders or investors. Okay? So I think what we will do is we will move on to next slide. But if there are any questions, please keep putting on the chat. We'll keep seeing the chat and keep answering as we go along few slides. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Now, next point was market research. As we already mentioned, market research has to be there if you are trying to penetrate the market. So market insights to be there. So the first point is problem and solutions. Problem and solutions should be clearly mentioned. That was already mentioned there. And what approach you will take for market research. Whether this is going to be primary market research or secondary market research, what approach you are going to take. That should be decided. So for audience sake, let me tell what is primary market research and what is secondary. Primary market research is hearing from the horse's mouth, means directly taking feedback from the customers.
Interviewing people, taking their opinion, taking their views,
group interviews, one-on-one interviews, calling, telecalling.
This is more like, just to explain it, more like, let's say I bought an iPhone, the latest iPhone I have, and when the new launch is happening, they mostly want to know what are the features, additional features are required in the new iPhone. So they will interview a lot of people who own iPhone, right? So that is the primary market research.
Secondary market research is based on the analysis, data, trends, all those kind of things. So somebody might have done primary research and there is a collage of primary market research data. So trying to make meaning out of that, that is secondary market research. That what is going to be the trend, how much growth it will have year on year, these kind of things.
And you will find a lot of secondary market research online. If you Google it and try to find out the reports for your product or service, you will already find it, right? And there are some tools, Google it, ask ChatGPT, which are the tools available. It will tell you, just go and log in a free this thing and get a lot of data. So you will be able to get a lot of data through
So
that.
market research is always defined, designed with the help of questions. Designing questions for primary market research, designing questions for secondary market research, and then trying to take answers for that. It means data collection around those questions. So here it is data collected, here it is data processed, means trying to make meaning out of this. Of course, primary market research also we need to take meaning out of this, and secondary also. And then further going to analysis and reporting, finally analyzing and bringing the concrete summary and results, and then trying to report it.
So it's something like making a lot of graphs around that. Okay, that this is the kind of audience I have. These are the product services available in the market. This is the kind of rates which are available and how I am going to be different, right? So what all research I have done to arrive at this point, right? So my product is priced at so and so. And it is the demand of the product is so and so, and the supply is so and so many vendors are already doing the supply, and I'm also going to do the supply. I mean, I'm talking of services, but it could be product or anything, right? It could be the software, games, or whatever, right? But who are the players in the market? What is the demand supply? Very, very important. You don't want to build up something for which there is no demand, so you need to know where is the demand, which city is the demand, which country is the demand.
Okay, now these are the contents of very quickly we will go through this contents of the market research, where it is helping, where market research is helping. First of all, it is helping for customer need, knowing the customer needs that you are already aware of, identifying market opportunities, which are the opportunities and what is going to be the volume of those opportunities. Next is competitive analysis with respect to your product, which are the other product available in market and how they are faring well, or whether you are doing better than them or what, or a prototype level also. And pricing strategies, what pricing we should keep. Is it going to be market-based pricing or our own innovative, unique pricing we should keep? Next is market size and growth potential. What is the size of the market and how going to grow?
This also you can get it in internet. It's already there.
Internet, where many things are available there. Target audience profiling. Now, which audience I'm going to target and what is their profiling? This also comes through market research. Yeah. Next is risk mitigation. What are the risks of your business and mitigate how you are going to solve them? This also is readily available on internet. You can find if you don't find your nearby products, you can find. Product development, what features to be there in the product development, that also it will suggest. Or you can do one thing, you can subscribe to some tools which are near to your area, and then you can find what are the features they have and all. Marketing and advertising, how you are going to market that. Is it going to be social media? Is it going to be face-to-face, or it is going to be Google
paid marketing, or
Google paid, unpaid, seminars, how you are. And investor attraction, how you are going to attract investors where your idea works well and at cost-effective level. These kind of things are.
So investor, just a quick thing on investors. So to attract investors, one of the easy way could be in the LinkedIn, there are multiple groups called angel investors, investor groups are there. You could just join those groups and kind of keep sending direct messages to them or in the group that, I have this idea, would you be interested? And what you need to always keep in mind is you should not just approach anybody or everybody. You need to see that is that investor of your interest area, which means is he investing in technology, non-technology, products, services? What is he investing mostly on, right? So see his background, go through his profile completely. Otherwise, you're wasting your time and his time. He will not see your message, right? And just don't go at one point and say, I'm this and this, I've developed a product, will you invest, right? So don't get into that. Just first give your introduction, get a kind of a call in place, and then move on, right?
Okay, this recently we made this presentation for But You. This is for YouTube. Idea is that YouTube has got advertisement where the main program stops and then advertisement starts. So it is a disruption. It is a disruption of the main program and then advertisement starts. In this case, they parallelly one more screen will come. So partly the main program will come and partly the advertisement will come. So people who are interested in advertisement, they will click on the advertisement and make it bigger. And people who are interested in main program, they can click on main program and that will become bigger. Next slide. Yeah, this is little more writing, of course, but this is our story. Our story can be little writing can be there, but not that much. Next slide. Yeah, user-centric approach, and these are the basically features of the software.
Yeah, these are the features.
Benefits, not features. Benefits are there. Next. Yeah, problem statement and solution statement. So there are 3 problems and 3 solutions for these.
Yeah.
Next. Traction and platform highlights. So traction means what has been done on this in terms of sales or in terms of efforts to bring to the market, and what is being done and what will be done. So past, present, and future, if we capture around the product, how we are going to launch it, how we have made efforts to launch it in the past, what are the volumes and statistics. So this is the traction and platform. Traction highlights. Next. Customer segments. What kind of customers will come our way? So these are the number of various kinds of customers. Next. Value proposition. So what value it is bringing to the table with respect to other competitors, if they are not, then in absolute terms. Sales and marketing, which channels are appropriate for doing augmenting the sales. So this is the very good example of least possible language, few words, 2, 3, 4 words here and there, and then more of a pictorial way. So this kind of slide is appreciated. Yeah, next. Revenue streams, this is a little more writing. I prefer lesser than this writing, maybe less than half or 1/3 revenue streams. Next. Monetizing, okay, how it is getting monetized, how the money component.
How will I make money, right? So how will I make money from my ads, basically, right? So per video, I'll be charging so much.
Per video, yeah. Next. Advertisements. So advertisements, which are the advertisement source of advertisement, which I'm going to address here, and what is the scope of it, how much volume and all of those. Yeah, next. This is again split. If you see, part screen shows main program and part screen shows this advertisements. Next. Yeah, TAM, SAM, and SOM. So TAM is the total addressable market, means in the whole world if you want to capture, because this is a C. So so many trillion. So this is TAM. And serviceable market, serviceable addressable market is SAM. And SOM is what immediately you can grasp. Means SOM is your final thing, what you can address with your things.
You can do business with this
immediately. Though it is serviceable, but they are in the different regions and little more remote. If we make more effort, then we can reach to them. But readily low-hanging fruits are these. Low-hanging fruits are these SOM and serviceable, obtainable market.
And where do you get these figures from? Yeah, I think they are.
Yeah, so these figures are available in internet. So these are not to be calculated, and percentage of this can be this, and which is low hanging fruits. We can count those and then address here.
So for each product or service, this figures are available online. And for all our customers, we take it from online only, and we are able to get. So try that, you should be able to get it.
Next, SWOT analysis, strength, weakness, opportunity, and threats. So here strength can be of the product, fine, but strength has to be for the company also. It is not only the strength of the product. Of course, strength of the product is company strength also. But it has to be company level strength, like your funding is available, or your very great people are here in our team, and those kind of things. Next, weakness and opportunities. Weakness which can be converted to strength in couple of months, though those should be written. Opportunities means how it is going to grow the volumes, or any new area you can enter and you can increase the volumes. So that is opportunity here. Possibility. Threats, any new regulation coming in or COVID coming in, that kind of things are threats. Next. Stages. Now stages are to be mentioned. Year on year, how we are going to grow. If it is a 5-year plan, mostly 5-year plan we should write. First year, this will happen. Second year, this will happen. Third year, this will happen. Fourth year, this will happen. This way we are going to grow. Adding the scope, adding the geography, adding the customers. So this way it is going to.
And it could also be the phased approach, right? You could say in phase 1, I will launch this product. In phase 2, I will enhance some services or some products, more products into that, right? So like that, you have to keep explaining and keep kind of putting all the data in terms of the figures and all that, right? That you had 100 customers in 2024 and you're going to grab almost 250 customers by 2025, and the financials will grow like this.
Next, risk and mitigation. What are the risks and how we are? So these are about written are the risks and how we are going to address them, mitigate them. These are written here. Risk can be related to manpower or anything. Risk can be that. Team. So these are going to be the.
And you can write more background about yourself or your team, right? That why, as we talked a little bit earlier, right?
It is written here about partners, but it can be an organization chart where reporting structure is mentioned. That is also can be done. Investment till today, this much. Anyway, next. Financial project. Yeah, this is the summary of financial projections next 5 years. 3 things are to be there. One is invoice value. Second is EBITDA. EBITDA means operational profits before income tax and before depreciation. And third is after income tax and after depreciation. These generally 3 things are written: invoice value, year on year, then EBITDA earning before income tax and depreciation. That is called EBITDA. These are operational profits before income tax and before cutting down the depreciation. And third is the net profit after cutting the tax and depreciation both.
Yeah. So for financial projection, this is just a summary, right? And if Kamal has time, he'll just show you a quick Excel, because a lot of time you need so much details. They will ask you a lot of questions, the investors, right? In terms of, how did you arrive at this number? It should be on your tips, actually. I don't know what your background is. If your background is already into commerce or financials or MBA or whatever, you will know all that. But this is very, very critical in any pitch deck, I would say. One of the key things in pitch deck.
Financial projections. Okay.
This is another important thing.
Ask and use of fund. How much percentage will go towards wages? How much percentage towards marketing, towards operational expenses and contingency?
So investor is very much interested in knowing, you are asking for 3.5 million. How are you going to use it, right? So you should be very clear that, so if, for example, we have said wages, right? And those details should be there in the financial statements, right? That so much of wages we are going to give for 5 years. Marketing effort, I'm going to spend 10%, right? And then operational expertise, operational expenses I'll spend. So this again is very, very important. If you are clear about the financials, you'll be able to speak up. Otherwise, you will not be comfortable speaking about this. Yeah.
Next. Yeah, this is the end of it. And now I'll quickly go through the financial statement. I will open one sheet from here. It can be.
We'll share the screen.
I can share the screen.
Yes, please go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. Financial statement, how they will look like. And that is again future financials. Okay, future financials. These are like revenues, invoice value, how the invoice value will keep on going up, and then year on year. So this is month on month, and this is year on year. And this is next is salaries, how the salaries are going to go, and then the year on year, how the salaries are going to go. and expenses, operational expenses, day-to-day expenses. This way it is going to grow. And assets, equipment assets, declining balance. Depreciation is minus from here, and then their declining balance is there for all the equipments or land or whatever. And profit loss, percentage profit loss, and cash flow. So these were year-on-year things, and now it's coming month-on-month. Month-on-month cash flow, month-on-month profit loss and all. Though the terms are similar to the terms which CAs and others people use, but they are doing for past analysis. What has already happened, they are capturing that and trying to take meaning out of that. And in this case, everything is future, imagining future and then trying to capture all the things here together. Company valuation, shall we touch upon or no? Okay. And one Excel sheet also, we can show how they are capturing. I think 1 more minute and then we will stop. So these are the revenues. Month on month, we have to see. Month on month, this month, this is again future. So we have to imagine the figures. Okay, this much volume of the business we will bring, per unit cost would be this much, per unit cost would be this much, and finally it will be this much money and all. And again, year on year, we can calculate from here. What is the growth factor? Growth factor 2 with respect to previous year. Growth factor 1.75, 1.5. This is just for this particular case. Expenses, now we are coming to expenses. Yeah. Expenses these are salary expenses. How many people you need and what is the unit salary of these. And then month on month, how many such people you would keep. And year on year again. Then comes operational expenses, electricity, water, rentals, and those kind of things. And then
month on month, and then year on year, yeah.
And then coming to capital expenses, equipments and all, machinery, equipments, everything will come here. And these are those. So just quickly, we have touched upon this and then we'll come back to the question answer session.
So I think in terms of the financials, the clear things to document are the income, expenses, capital, and the operational expenses. If you capture those 3-4 things, it should be fine. And you are capturing for the future. That's very clear. You're not capturing for the past so much. Because this is where you're going to investor and saying, okay, roughly I will be spending so much. This is all estimation based, right? Estimation, not just on any thought process, just based on some analytics, right? That this is where in the market people are selling for so much, so I'll sell it for this much, and so many products I'll sell, and so much expenses will happen, right? And again, in internet, you will find a lot of these templates or Excels already available. If you kind of Google it, you will find the 5-year financial projection sheet already there. And the formulas are also fed in there. So don't need to kind of worry about that, how will I do the calculation? The Google has all the sheets available. Even the templates for the pitch decks are available. You can take it directly from there. Okay, so I think if you have any questions or any thoughts, just put it in the chat window and we can answer those.
Yes, ma'am. So what we were thinking is we have already prepared some presentations when they had submitted it for the hackathon. We thought you could give us some feedback on 1 or 2 PPTs, sure. So that will be like a real-time troubleshooting sort of.
Yes, let's do that here.
So I'm just going to share a screen of one of the presentations from Fastana, that is on the nutritional snacks, which she spoke about. So this was the presentation that was submitted for the event. So there's the problem and solution.
Yeah.
So you can just, I'm just going to scroll down.
Just scroll down. We'll keep seeing. Yeah. Team behind healthy.
You can give us a feedback on how they can improve it. So
okay,
team,
that's fine.
And then we have asked them about how sustainability goals, since all of them is on sustainability, we just asked them that. The features.
Okay.
It's talking about features and their product.
Mm-hmm.
What are the ingredients used? We have highlighted. And some feedback from the consumer.
Yes.
What other products they have planned?
Yeah.
What are their vision and goals?
Yes.
And this is the business model, customer targets, revenue model, all of that. Their competitors, their pricings.
Yeah.
and
Market
the
size, yeah.
plan, yeah. So this is the next plan of their, using the funds,
Yeah.
what they need and all of that. So that's pretty much it. So what would you give us input?
Traction is there in this?
No, they have just now, they're starting. So they're in a
Okay.
very much starting stage. They are not all of them are in, our students are currently just now setting up their businesses. So
Yeah, that's right.
yeah, that might not be there at this stage.
Okay. One thing is that it should be more pictorial, means lesser language again.
Okay.
This paragraph is there in this presentation. In this slide, I can see a paragraph, right? So
Yes.
it can be more broken into like some flow with some few words, not a paragraph, big paragraph.
Where is the competition? Can I see the slide on competition? Okay, so what
are the parameters kept here?
we can't see too much, but yeah.
Let me give them.
Yeah. Other major players, okay, expensive. Okay, you have compared. Yeah, that's good. You have compared selling prices this year. And what is your offer? Where is your this thing?
Nutri Crackers is their product.
Yeah, that is there. But how are you kind of competing against them, right?
Pastana, do you want to talk?
Fifth column is our selling price.
Yeah, price is fine, but what about the other factors, right?
Okay, so about the USP.
Yeah, about the USP, correct.
So we have in the third column, it is written that our product, it is made with jackfruit flour and banana flour, no maida, no artificial additives are there.
Yeah, that's fine then. Yeah, okay. And where is your marketing strategy? Can you show me that?
No, they have not.
Yeah, so I think that's important. Add that slide on the marketing strategy. How are you going to market it, right? And how are you going to capture it? And what kind of expenses are you incurring on marketing? So do you also have a detailed Excel sheet which details about the expenses you're going to incur in the whole thing?
Financials, basically, future 5 years financials.
Yeah.
That I think we need to work on that.
Yeah, so I think that I think should be worked on. Very, very important, as I said, because that's the key.
Because investors are interested in what is in it for me. So
yes.
Then if I invest, then after
money
5
and
years,
marketing, these are the two key things. How, first of all, who are the players in the market? What stand it has in the market today? What is your social media presence if it is a product, right? So I think marketing and financials, I would say, for this presentation really needs a focus. And we can move on to the next presentation if you want.
Okay, so as I said, this is their problem and solution: lack of internet access and lack of use of AI tools in rural areas. So basically education, they're personalizing it with AI. That's their problem and solution. This is their team. And again, the same format we have given for all students. So they have tried to follow it. The features, they have highlighted that offline accessibility is a very key factor for them, that without internet, like offline also they can work. So that is the main thing. Multilingual support, all of that, and affordability. The business models and selling prices, customer targets and revenue, and the total addressable market. They have tried to calculate and provide the details. Their competitors, Byju's, Vedanta, Topper, they have mentioned here, and some of the customer feedback they have included here. Last is the amount that they require, the finance that they require at this stage. What is the level of the product they have attained? So
so I think the breakup of the finances, again, very, very important, that why do they need so much money and where are they spending? How are they going to utilize, and do they already have some initial capital? Has somebody funded it?
And what is the growth? Next 5 years growth has to be shown.
Yeah, so I think that's important. And marketing, we already talked about. And what else is there? Competition already is there, right? Competition can be a little more detailed here. It's
okay.
Like the one.
I think most of them have trouble in calculating this TAM, SAM, and SOM. Although it's available online, How do they do that? Like, if you can explain for this case
It is,
study.
first of all, let me tell you, that is, TAM means total addressable market, right?
Yes.
That may be global market, right? Which is a theoretical market, right? And here it is SAM, that serviceable addressable market. So serviceable addressable market is okay. Yes, this we can support, but with good effort. And this is the low-hanging fruit, as I mentioned. So this immediately we can do. If they are based at Bangalore, then they can do, okay, fine. If they are based at Kolkata, then they can see, okay, nearby can we support like this.
So what we'll do is we'll find out some inputs from internet and send you for that, for the TAM SAM form. Okay, just as
Okay, sure.
so that you know, right, how to take it there. And because calculation is not there for sure, but if people are finding difficult, we'll show how we have done for others.
Yes, sir. That's great. So what other feedback would you like to provide for this particular presentation?
Okay.
Again, as I mentioned, that this, this should be converted to some few words. Actually, it should not be.
Readability, I think, has to be better in this presentation.
Readability is better if they are using few words here and there. That's
more graphs, more pictures, right? So that, if I tell you, if the investor is there and he or she tells this person, whoever presentation is there, can you present in 3 minutes? So I don't think a person can present in 3 minutes. And that's the time they give. They don't give more than that, right? So with such a presentation, it will be difficult for the person himself or herself also to present.
Reading itself is it.
So this is like, since we needed a template, we have followed this as a format. But on the basis of content, if you can give me like
content,
what else they can improve on the content, like this might look weird, or this you should be avoided, or something like that. Like, because they are all in a pre-incubation stage. Just now they're going
I don't see a business model. Where is the business model?
They have just adopted here. Like, Shiva, you can explain.
Yeah, can you explain quickly? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. So our business model is to target both scopes and individuals who are trying to learn or trying to upskill themselves. So we are basically providing a subscription-based application. So the way our application works is, the more you interact with the app, the more it evolves according to you, and the more personalized response that it can give to you. So that's how we plan to acquire the customers. So
So sounds good. I think that's fine. So Okay, next. I think let's go to the next slide.
Other slides.
So they have put about their features, then the models, customers, payments, and again these four. These are the 4 slides. That's it.
So
what would you like them to add more?
Financials,
Financials we talked about, marketing strategy we talked about, right? It needs to be there, right? And how are they going to use the funds, right? We talked about that also. That also is needed here, right? And then the story of the founder. Can we just see that? Have they put anything about?
We have a team and the team details, but why do they?
So I think that is also, make it like a story, right?
Our story kind.
Our story page should be there everywhere, because that they find it very, very interesting, right? So that's very important.
Okay.
Yeah.
And in place of features, if you can write the benefits, unique benefits, that will be great. Of course, some of the features may fall under benefits also. Obviously. But that way you will concentrate more on the benefits than features.
Yes. So Shiva, if you have any other questions, you can ask sir and ma'am. Do you have any other doubts?
No, ma'am. I will update my pitch deck and send it to sir one day, ma'am.
Anybody else?
They want Team Downick. Which presentation you want? The Lucid Yatra one, or which one do you want? You have 2 projects, right? I'll open the Lucid Yatra. So this is again Team Tonic. Sorry, this is Tech Squad. They are working on sustainable tourism, and I hope it's there. So their problem is like basically solving expensive tourist packages. They are trying to make the most affordable tourist package for Uttarakhand. That's what with personalized travel and with local foods, local partnerships, local tour like that. So here they have given the current booking prices online. The first slide, like what are the prices, and then they have given the team. Again, this is a mandatory thing that we give, but then they have explained their features that you can customize the app and you can make your journey completely by bike or bus. You can mix up the travel. They have highlighted that, and they have access to local eco-friendly nutritional snacks, all of that. The affordability is one other criteria. Then they have put about their selling price, the customer age group, and the payments. Finally, again, the market size and some of the customer feedback. And there is no competitor here, I think. Other than that, they have put what they need now for the funds.
Yeah. So I think overall, I think this presentation really needs some work. I think the messaging needs to be a little bit more clearer, which is not coming out so clearly. And all the previous points, what we covered, they all need to be there, right? So the flow has to be very good, because I think I may have only 5 or 6 slides, but I should be able to convey what I'm trying to say, right? That messaging or flow needs to be good in all the presentations.
Problem and solution statement is written here.
Yes, sir. So here and the first.
But it should be explained enough, basically.
Like diagrams.
How you are going to afford this services at company level.
Yeah.
Right.
Because when you're reducing the pricing and trying to bring that services, how internally you are going to afford that.
Okay. How to manage the finances internally also. So that is important. The flow, the messaging needs to be a little clearer. Yes, again, the financial.
Maybe already you are kind of coordinating, but some kind of mock or, the other thing a lot of people do, and you guys could think of it, it's a small 1.5 minute video, right? These people can record. That is very helpful.
That will make it more realistic.
So that could be anyway sent to the investor before you actually present, right? Because that will come very handy. Investor will know what are you looking for, what's your problem, what's your solution. Very simple and
to the point, 1 or 2 minutes.
Yeah, not more than that, not more than 1 minute.
1 minute video will be very effective.
Video done.
But the main question is, ma'am, from my side, is that since all of our students are in pre-incubation, now only they have an idea stage. So they will be asking for a pre-seed sort of funding.
Yes.
Like 1 lakh or less or 2 lakhs, something in that range to make their prototypes, right? So in this thing, coming up with the story or coming up with the traction or marketing, they don't have such knowledge at all. Now their only focus is, I have an idea and I know I want to make a prototype, I need money for it. That's pretty much the exposure they have at this stage. So how do they concentrate on all of these other things when preparing the pitch deck, or what is completely 3 most important things they should definitely do? 3 things which you would say at this stage.
Prototype, okay, fine.
Just to make a prototype, because now you're considering from startups, 5-year and all of that is going to be so important, and we have understood that it's really important. But when you take a student in this stage, what are 3 things they can really highlight on that would be great for the students, because they have not reached into that level yet.
One thing is profitability. See, even if they are not making 5 years future projections, still the percentage profitability should speak out of this. It should be self-explanatory that this much percentage of profit comes out of this particular product or services, right? So then if you multiply with the volume of the business, then that will be that much. So because anybody, see, when there is money advantage, then only idea is viable, right? So money impact should be shown, each service or each product, how much money comes out of it.
And maybe one thing which can be done, right, to could be the product or service, if between relatives or close friends, if it can be used or, given free of charge or whatever, so that you at least get some kind of initial customers, you may say, or initial traction, so that when you are trying to get some seed money, you are able to tell them that, our product is already there, being used by 40 people, 50 people or whatever, right? Or my friends and all that, and it is working well for them, and this is their feedback. Because otherwise, anybody investing in anything, some background needs to be there, right? Nobody will invest just like that, right? So that's the key.
So
basically.
prototype is not only for the technology. Prototype should be, skeleton level selling also. Prototype should be seen.
Okay.
So mainly it's how it makes profit, and then the user's experience are already
Yes, customer sat kind of a thing. Yes, exactly.
These two
Okay,
things.
okay.
And the third thing.
These two things. Okay. So we have one question. So what resources can be referred to if you have any resources about learning more about how do we make an effective pitch deck? If you have any study materials or books that you can refer to.
Udemy, there are multiple courses on how to make a pitch deck. Okay, there are 3, 4, 5 hours.
Udemy, yeah, it is 300 to 500 rupees per this thing.
Course, and it's very good actually. Yeah, it's very good. You'll get. They'll also give the template. They'll also tell you how to calculate everything. Everything you do. Best thing is to take up that course, Udemy.
Okay, that is great. Yeah. So, guys, if you don't have any other questions, then we can then later send the presentations to Sir and Ma'am, and then we can get their feedback. Okay, so thank you so much, both of the powerful duo, as we mentioned. Like, you have given us so much of your valuable time and very, very valuable insights. We had a live session to sort of crack down on all the points that we should consider for the pitch deck. And it was really, really very insightful, very valuable. I think our students are so enthusiastic. You can see from all the claps, they are very, very overwhelmed with your session, and they're going to take all your points and really work on it. We will definitely reach you regarding further sessions as well. And we are very, very grateful for your time and the support that you're providing to a lot of startups. It's really quite a great journey that you have embarked upon. And thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for giving us this opportunity. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, guys. Take care.